This is video number 5. The word that was used was criminalized. If you have not read the book, The Icon of Evil, I would suggest reading the book, The Icon of Evil. It explains Adolf Hitler a little bit and Nazism of the 20th century. And the main thing that came out of there is that the Nazis, we talk about how they murdered the Jews, which is totally true and honest, and other people of faiths like Muslims and Catholics and Shintos, Hindus, you name it. They really did. But what I forgot even is they went after the British first, the Nazis. Okay, I am the great grand niece of Adolf Hitler. I am the niece of Margaret Helen. Hitler, Stalin. Okay, so I understand Nazism. They are closely related to me. So that being said, Adolf Hitler and the Nazis went after the British first, then the Jew, then the Catholics and the Hindus and Muslims and blah, 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 and the Christians, okay? Yes. And then humanity. So the point being is criminalized. They said because you were British, you were criminals. You were a Jew, you're a criminal. You don't worship rightly. You take the Sabbath off. They find excuses to make you the criminal, though they are doing the inhumanities and the crimes against you. So you got to think, 80 years ago, they had this all set up to make everyone else the criminal. They've been doing it for 80 years. I don't think it's necessarily stronger, but they're trying to get it stronger. They're trying to make it clad proof. There's no loopholes to get out of their, I call it the Nuremberg trials, because the Nuremberg trials were just mostly only 1 to 3% really actually got charged for the appropriate crime and taken care of through justice. But it was just a zoo or a fake courthouse. So that anyways, criminalized. You are targeted, you are framed as the criminal, and you are blamed without evidence or without fact or without law or human rights or constitution that you are the criminal. And then you get charged and you pay for a crime that you never committed that someone else did. And I'm not talking about anti-identities or someone that's not you, someone that is carrying your look but not your DNA, someone that carries your look but not DNA. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like they haven't tested your DNA and seen that they match. And then they charge you as the murderer, though they're letting the murderer free. Okay, and I know you mean they criminalize children to think that they've done the crime of being raped or being transported across an ocean on Mother Earth, the globe, and being adopted by their aunt. Or you're criminalized because you're forced to marry your first cousin because your aunt and first cousin set it up that there's no other man that's able to come and marry you, or you go home and be able to marry who you want to, or not to be married. Enemy, yes, there might be existential perspectives and theological perspectives in your relationship with God and, Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the Most High God. But the truth of the matter is they do have ways to make you, even little babies, seem like you're the criminal so that they don't have to pay for their crimes. Murdered. Talked about this already. In today's age and atmosphere and quality of time, you can murder people and you can keep people down, but it's getting more and more difficult. So the murdering, like with me, is they're like, but we thought we murdered you. I'll even say as late as Thursday when I show up at the courtroom. People are amazed that I'm there. The original. Oh my God, I thought we murdered her. The last one in person was Shane Tyler Proper. Yes, in 2018. I got up from a nap. I opened up my bedroom door and he was just coming home and I was getting up to be a polite human being to greet him. And he's like, I thought I literally murdered you and kept you down. No, darling, I'm here. What do you need? Do you need a good fuck in the bed? Yep, that's how I responded to him. Now, he was still a little bit too interested in Elizabeth Clare, who was still a minor. I said, no, you can get undressed and I'll fuck you to get that desire out of you so you stop touching my daughter. Yeah, another reason why I had him leave in 2018. The last time Margaret, yeah, was after some surgeries I had. She was shocked to still see me. Or should I say, maybe it was even that COVID that she gave me before surgery. Yeah, she was shocked to see me a little while later that I hadn't died of COVID. So, yes. Psychologically destroyed. They can destroy us in different ways or make us feel fragmented or not put together or not have lived our life like we wanted to. Psychologically destroyed. I have a really strong mind, so that's very hard for me. But I will say this, meeting beautiful humans in the last 50 years, people from the Nazi camps all the way through this present day, meeting people, you can see that they feel psychologically destroyed because they know they're not their best or where they should be in their highest consciousness or where they wanted to be in their being and in their life and actualization, like where they thought they would be at this moment. They're not. So in that way, they feel destroyed and they feel discouraged and they feel a little bit like their life has been decimated or blown apart. And it has been. But the crazy thing is, and I mean God crazy, like the gods must be crazy, crazy. Yeah. I think God's made it impossible for all those who never wanted to turn from God. I think God has made it impossible for us to be destroyed. And that is what drives these beings that want to destroy us, whether it be psychologically, emotionally, physically, governmentally, our crowns, our thrones, our power, our authority. It's not going to work. They have taken everything from me at least once, and God's restored it. They've taken my breath. I still have breath. They've taken my eyeballs. I have eyeballs. They've taken my brain a few times. They took it, put it in their brain transfers, all that kind of stuff. They've eaten my brain. They've sucked my brain out. Yeah, all sorts of stuff about my brain. Yeah. Anyways, I still have a brain. So anyways, this is almost 10 minutes. Oh my God. So I'm going to quit with that and I'll be back with organized groups. Toodaloo.